So this is a really interesting project for us. This is a house that we built in 2014. Something happened here that's something no builder ever wants to hear, which is that just after Christmas this past year, we were here working one day down the block and we saw a plume of smoke come up from over here. And we were one of the first groups that came over to find a house that we built on fire, which is always really concerning. It turned out that there had been a flood on Christmas and the water levels came up about 2.5, 3 feet under the house. So this house is built almost 10, 11 feet off the ground. The water didn't come anywhere near the inside of the house, but down in the lower level of the house, which is set up as storage and a garage, the flood came in there. The owner had down there some equipment plugged in, and one of the things that was plugged in shorted out in a way where it didn't trip the circuit breaker, but yet it still got wet and was shorting. It was making resistance heat. And so the flood waters receded naturally on their own, no pumping out or cleaning necessary, which we're proud of. But unfortunately, this piece of electronics that had gotten wet became flammable and combustible and lit on fire, ultimately started to burn, and all of the surrounding finishes were PVC sheets. They were AZEK and Versatex sheets that were used to line the walls and the ceiling so that it could have a little bit of a finished look, but still be durable, flood compliant, and water resistant. And the nice thing about PVC is that it is fire resistant, but it does create a tremendous amount of smoke. And so what happened in this house, and you can see this on this PVC pipe that we cut out, is that the house filled with a really noxious chlorine smoke. And so as a result, there was no actual fire damage to any part of the house except the lower level. All of this up here was spared flames and all of that, but it was smoked with this PVC smoke. All of the finishes had to be stripped in the house, all of the insulation, and it was brought back to a blank slate. Now the owner is the second owner of the home. They were younger when they bought this. They've owned it for about 6 years. They've got some kids who are growing up who are now adults, and this house really isn't super perfect for them right now, or wasn't. An opportunity was taken. This was Christmas, and they really want to get into this house by July. The goal was to bring the house into the current style that they were looking for. Some of the things they were looking for was, there used to be a wall separating the kitchen from this foyer area. That's not so much in style anymore. Now a lot of people like this sort of loft living open concept. We were able to remove the wall for them by installing this massive 18 by 86 steel beam here and 2 steel columns to redistribute the load that was coming from there. This is a 3-story house, so actually the beam over my head is what carries the 3rd floor, and it used to bring it right down into a load-bearing wall, and we've removed that. And then also we were able to add an ensuite bathroom to an existing bedroom on this floor, and ensuite bathrooms into the bedrooms on the 2nd floor, and reconfigure the whole 2nd floor to grab an extra bedroom and bathroom up there generally. Really impressive project, and we've been able to do it in a really quick timeline. So I'm standing here and it's early May, and we've got the roughing almost complete. We've got all of our finishes due in a couple weeks, and we're about to close this house back up and get it ready for hopefully early July.